Welcome to my Pokemon National Dex binder. I've started collecting Pokemon cards in a National Dex order. I'm not going to spend too much time on each page, but one thing I do want to show that I really need a help on is understanding which Charmeleon card should I keep. So I've got this Charmeleon from Hidden Fates, shiny, and then I've got this one from Paldea Fates. I think the Hidden Fate looks better, but this one is more expensive. So let me know which Charmeleon you would keep in your binder. So yeah, got this Bulbasaur. It's one of the only two cards worth £10. This Pikachu card, I really wish I got as a, well, I know I can't get a 10 because of the edging, but I really wish I could have been able to grade this card because I love this Pikachu card. Later on, I'm going to take you guys through this binder as well. This has all my big EX cards and other cards I want to sell, so stay tuned for that. Got the Alakazam Full Art Shiny, Paldea Fates, a set that I really want to open more of. This page got a lot of the nice full arts in it. In terms of variants, I'm going to stick with whatever card that I've got the best of. So here I've got all the Galarian versions of the original Freebirds, but if I've got a nicer card, like for example, if that had Articuno from Journey Together, I would replace that with this. I do apologize for the lighting as well. It's literally impossible to try and get good lighting for this type of video. Got this Mewtwo EX Blackstar promo. So guys, I got this Typhlosion. I was planning on grading it, but I'm like, there's no point. The fact that this card could literally take up 3 spots, but I just left in the Igglybuff spot currently. If you're wondering why I started collecting cards like this is all the cards I've got. Everything else is now virtually in the bin or I'm trying to sell. It's because I feel like it just adds more value to the cards you've got. Like having one of every Pokemon card just looks much better. When you've got like a better version of it, you then add that to your binder. And then it makes every Pokemon card stand out. If I didn't have a single Sableye card, me pulling this baby shiny actually adds value to it. And it's not just always trying to go after the big cards. Having some of the smaller cards, like even this Medicham, if I didn't have a Medicham and I got this Medicham, I'd be like, cool, that's a new Pokemon I can add to my binder. So I prefer to now, I think if anyone's starting to collect Pokemon cards in 2025, I think I recommend this version. It just makes it more interesting. Got my favorite starter and my favorite Pokemon. I've got loads of Infernape cards in my other binder that I'll go through. This also makes me kind of want to open more sets that I normally wouldn't open, like Temporal Forces. I would never really open that set, but there might be Pokemon cards in that set that I'm like, you know what, I'll open it for this Pokemon. Even though these 3 cards are pretty old, the condition isn't the best, so the value of them would go down. But for this binder, they're perfect because you're not going to grade them, so they fit perfectly into a binder of like this. I've got some other Darkrai and Giratina cards in my other binder. But I've decided to keep these ones. I think these look better. For some reason, there's a lot of Gen 5 Pokemon missing from this binder. And on your screen, once I've gone past the generation, I'll put it on the screen how many Pokemon cards I've got from that generation. So we know which gen we're doing the best in. Love this Enzorua. Got the Garbodor from when I went to the Pokemon card show. Again, for some reason, just Gen 5, there really aren't many special cards. Apart from the back in the old days. Like again, this Zekrom. Is the fact that my brother pulled this is still unbelievable. How hard it is to get any good cards from the black and white era. Got this Kyurem VMAX recently. My wife actually pulled this. I think that was the first big card that we got. Now we're on to Gen 6. Not many big cards in Gen 6 right now. Apart from, again, the legendaries. Got this Noibat. Gudra V-Star looks really nice. Now we're on to Gen 7, Rubombi from my Journey Together box. Like just looking, I know some people might be like, oh, those are just very basic, boring cards, but it actually makes it more interesting for me. I don't have any of the Ultra Beats, which to be fair, I don't really care about. I didn't really pay attention during Sun and Moon, so I don't even count these as Pokemon to begin with, so I'm okay not having them. I've got this Marshadow here because I don't have a Marshadow card, but I know I've got a Machamp card. There's actually quite a few in the other binder that I've got doubles off that I'm going to replace, but we'll go through that when we get there. This Zeraora VMAX I've prioritized over another one, which again we'll see in the other binder. Now we're into Gen 8, a very underrated. I don't feel like it gets as much love as it should. I feel like it was a really good generation. I just don't think people like the games, but the Pokemons are pretty cool. Again, some a lot of empty spaces, not many, but we've got some cards here. Now we're finally onto Gen 9. This binder I got from, I think, AliExpress or one of those websites. It took like 2 months to get here, but you can see that I opened a lot of Scarlet and Violet packs. Like a lot of these pages are full. Got the belly boat here, got the Kilowattrel here. So happy I got these. So not a lot of these cards in this binder, they actually do have some value. And I'm going to show you some of my graded cards and what my plan is to do with them. I'm planning on cracking some of them open. But again, let me know in the comments if you agree with what I'm about to do with those. So yeah, that's this whole binder done. This will be the last Pokemon. Gen 10 is being rumored to come out next year. So when that set does come out, I'll have to get a different binder to put Gen 10 in, because this currently can only hold until Gen 9. Now we're onto the binder, which has a lot of EX and big cards, but I want to sell. For the first page, I'll try and put as many of my holographic energy cards. So I've still got 3 slots, so maybe I'll get them, I'll put them there. And now you see all the big cards I've got. So I've got 2 Mimikyus, because I've opened so many Paldea Fates ETBs. Still got 1 Eevee that I would like to sell. This Umbreon, believe it or not, is a Pokeball, but it's literally impossible to see it. You have to be on the perfect lighting. I've got the Lucario from Crown Zenith, so I'm going to probably put this card in the Melmetal spot because there's a Melmetal there. Same thing with the Dusknoir, because I've got Drevenant VMAX, I think, so I'll put the Dusknoir in that spot. I've got 2 big Zekrom and Pikachu cards, so they'll stay here and I'll try to sell them. Again, the Arceus as well, I've got 1. I've got this Zekrom, which is a promo, Darkrai, which is a promo, very old promos. Again, would love to sell them. Got the Charizard EX, got the Eevee from Prismatic. Again, would like to sell that. I think the promo just looks nicer. A lot of this Kyurem was originally in the binder. Then when I got that VMAX, I replaced it. Again, same with the Blastoise. I've replaced that with the 151 version. Got this Pikachu. I think it's like worth £5. So again, if anyone really wants this entire binder, I would actually don't mind selling it. I checked on Pokerand because they've got this. You can ship in your single cards and they'll tell you how much they'll pay. This not entire binder, but because some like, for example, they don't want this Dreadnought V, is worth around, they'll give me £80 credit and like £70 cash for it. So I was like, maybe I do that and just buy some booster boxes from them. Got this belly boat. I was planning on putting this belly boat in and then taking the other one out and selling it, but I was like, no, I'm going to keep the better card in my actual binder and sell the worst one. Again, this VMAX, I chose the other Zero Aura over it. Got the Charizard GX here, another Charizard GX. This is my Infernape collection. Currently, I've got the Twilight Masquerade version in a 10, and I've also got this Japanese version in an 8. So ideally, I want all Infernape cards graded, but that's going to be really impossible because no one used to take care of these cards, and getting a 10, it's like you have to pay like $1,000 for the older sets. I was actually planning on grading all of these. So this Charizard GX, I'm planning on grading all these 3 Infernapes because I feel like they can potentially, well, I think these 2 can definitely get a 10. Don't think this will get a 10, but it could potentially get a 9. So that's why I'm going to send it. Same with the Zero Aura and then the Mona. I was planning on sending them. But what I'm going to probably end up doing is only sending the Infernapes and not send these. And I'll probably put this Charizard into the National Dex binder and get rid of the Radiant. And going right to the end, that's where all the trainer cards are. Some of the trainer cards are actually worth a lot. Like the Nemona is worth a lot. Elsa, Sparkle, and Irida and Adamant have some value. Same with Penny. This Roxy card for some reason is worth like 40 quid as well. So again, something that I would share. I've got one Piece. I opened one One Piece pack and I ended up getting this. I thought it was a really good, but it's like worth £2. But still, I was really happy that I actually got a really good pull, my first One Piece pack. And that's this binder. So the question I've got for you guys, if you've watched this far, I have got these 4 graded cards. So I don't think there's any point in me holding a Ace 9 in a slab. So my plan is, again, let me know in the comments if you would do this as well. Crack this open and put this in the Armor Rouge spot. Crack this one open because I've already got a Zoroark V. I'll crack open this one as well and just put it in the Greninja spot. This Curlier, again, in an 8, there's no point, so crack it open and put it in the Curlier spot. The only one that I'm not 100% sure on is this Ralts. I'm not sure if I should keep the slab as a 9 or crack this open as well and just put it into the binder. But let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you think of this collection, and I'll see you next time.